So yeah, I mean, 10 miles per hour, right? That's about as fast as I can go when you want to talk about off-road speed, right? And then like that's the thing about like rigid bikes, right? I think like as long as like you can go on any terrain, as long as you're okay with going slow, right? And here's the thing, like even at my slowest, right? So like, and I'm talking about just general off-road, right? Because I'm not a mountain biker. I don't do any gnarly shit, but just off-road general, right? 10 miles per hour. That's at maximum the fastest I'm going on this bike, right? Any faster than that, and it becomes jarring and bumpy, and it's not really worth it to go faster, right? Um, right. So the worst thing you could do is try to ride this bike aggressively, right? So you know, so this whole like, so you have on one end of the spectrum, you have they say like rigid bikes acts as a limiter for your recklessness, right? And on the other end of the spectrum, you have rigid bikes make you a better rider, right? So the whole thing about rigid bikes like so because you can, like I said, you can hit anything like as long as you're okay with going slow. But the issue is that that's hard to do, right? Because you want to go faster, right? Especially downhill, right? And riding the brakes, coasting downhill, right? It's like you want to use, you know, the natural momentum that gravity provides, right? Like if you have to brake downhill all the time, that's not natural, right? And it's just annoying, right? And so, but the thing is like this bike has taught me how to distribute my weight better. It has taught me better how to position myself better, right? Because if I fuck up and go up a bump, my body's my suspension, so I pay for it, right? And that's the difference between a rigid bike, right? You, yes, you pay for your recklessness, but and I do value, it is for the more for mellow or chill for mellow bike riders, right? Right? Like if you want to take this bike and be aggressive with it, right? You need to have a certain type of mindset, right? You'd have to be like really, really skilled, right? That's why like, you know, it may not be cool to ride a rigid bike, but if you can do a jump or do like single tracks on a rigid bike, like that takes skill, right? You know what I'm saying? If you can do a 1-footer on a rigid bike, it takes a lot of skill and effort. Now, nobody can do that, you know.